How's it going, everyone? Got quite a bit of PlayStation news to cover. More rumblings about a big Xbox title potentially coming to PlayStation, and it's the IP that I think everybody has been waiting for. We'll talk all about that. Noted by Tom Warren on The Verge. What's next for Xbox and Halo? The article notes some things about, obviously, the shutdown of Tango Gameworks, maker of the award-winning and widely praised Hi-Fi Rush. The moves have rattled fans. Hardcore Xbox customers are upset that exclusives are available on rival consoles, with many wondering why they should continue to invest in the Xbox ecosystem when Microsoft is shutting down studios and its games are appearing on rival platforms anyway. Sunday's Xbox Game Showcase is a chance for Microsoft to try and get fans excited about the future again. I'm expecting 2 big game reveals, a lot of release dates, and some surprises along the way. And it was noted that there are rumblings of a Halo Combat Evolved remaster. Now, this remaster is reportedly in early stages and is considering launching it on PlayStation 5 as well. Guys, I think if Microsoft is going to be moving titles to PlayStation 5, Halo at some point, you would think would appear on PlayStation. If they really are pulling away from being as invested into the console ecosystem, and Phil Spencer said as much, that in 5 to 10 years, exclusives may be something that's not as big of a factor in gaming in totality. Well, Halo being on PlayStation obviously makes a lot of sense. I would say that they should utilize Halo coming to PlayStation as a opportunity to also revitalize the franchise. Look, Halo's always gonna be a big IP, but let's be real, I feel like Halo is not at the level that it was in the mid-2000s, late 2000s. If you guys are around my age, you remember when Halo 3 was coming out in 2007. That game was literally a cultural event. The release of Halo 3, I feel like back then a cultural event was had. You guys remember those, the billboards that they had up? They had Master Chief promoted everywhere. I just don't feel like Halo is that kind of IP. I didn't feel that level of excitement leading into the release of Halo Infinite or Halo 5. Did you guys? I don't think so, but what I will say is the novelty of Master Chief and Halo appearing on PlayStation, you get one swing at that. The novelty and stuff like that is gonna wear off, and once you do it over and over again, once multiple Halos come to PlayStation 5, it'll lose its luster. So once a Halo title does drop on PS5, you gotta go all in, and you gotta make sure it's a game that people are gonna get excited about. I think a remaster of Halo Combat Evolved is something people would get excited about, but is it an opportunity for them to revitalize the franchise? That is to be debated. Now, you could go back and, let's say, release every Halo title sequentially on PlayStation 5, and then you're getting mileage out of dropping Halo on PS5 with each individual game being released and not, let's say, just the Master Chief Collection. I don't think that's a bad idea. If you want to monetize that game and monetize that IP for years and years on PS5, that's a good way to go about it. If you're going to remaster Halo 1, then you do another remaster of Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach. That could be effective in terms of monetizing the game longer. I think what I had been saying is, if you want to revitalize the franchise with a new game, or even revitalize Halo Infinite, dropping Halo Infinite's multiplayer, at least on PS5, at least will give that game a second wind. I don't know if you really want to try to pull Halo Infinite out of the depths, and rather would you go the route of releasing a brand new game. There's the debate to be had, but I think that first Halo title that they drop on PlayStation is so important, because that novelty is going to be there where people will inherently be like, holy hell, this is exciting. And I even can see something like that get to a little bit of the, super casual gaming audience, just because Halo has been synonymous with the Xbox brand. Halo coming to PlayStation, you guys, would be ridiculous, at least the first time out. It's like when Sega, started bringing their games to other platforms, but think about the lineage and the history that Halo has, and sure, it's not as big as it once was in the Halo 3 days, but it's still an IP that is revered to an extent, and Master Chief is an iconic video game character. Seeing Master Chief on PlayStation, that's like kind of a mind F if you ask me. Like, it's something, if you want to write down things that I would never expect to see in gaming, Halo on PlayStation 5, you tell me that a decade ago that, the PS5 was one day gonna come out and Halo would be on it, I would be like, you're high out of your mind. But this is the world that we live in now. I think, a decade after, isn't it crazy to look at how all of this began, if you really want to go back and realize how we're at where we're at, it's because of Don Matrick and that Xbox blunder back in 2013. They gave Sony the most free W of all time in the PlayStation 4 generation. And I do think that there's something to that aspect of people getting attached to their digital library being built on that generation of consoles, that now it's gonna be exceedingly difficult to get people to swing one way or the other. And on top of that, people are more so going to swing to PlayStation because PlayStation's putting out quality exclusives, 2023, 2024 aside, outside of, third-party stuff, but for the most part, the PS4 era for exclusives, insane. PS5, pretty good so far. 2024 a little bit weak for first party, but you still have these major titles coming out. Xbox, on the other hand, Hi-Fi was great, but then you have their games coming out on PlayStation as well. The swing's going to be happening the other way, but if you really want to see where the domino effect started, I would say it was back in, 2013 when they tried to do the always online, the DRM nonsense. We have a product for you guys. It's an Xbox 360 if you want to play offline. That's really where this all started and where the dominoes started falling. You could even go a little bit further back than that, maybe the heavy emphasis on Kinect in 2010, because if you guys remember, the latter stage of the Xbox 360 was atrocious. Like, you look at 2009, 2007, 2007 to 2009, you had JRPG support with Tales of Vesperia, Infinite Discovery, Lost Odyssey. You had big exclusives like Fable 2 and Halo 3 and Gears. Then you go into 2010, and a lot of the luster, it started becoming like one major game a year, in 2010, 2011, 2012, and a lot of Kinect focus and stuff like that, and then Kinect becoming mandatory in 2013. So if you want to look back at where the real first domino fell, maybe you could say the Kinect release and how they rolled out Kinect and making it such an integral part, but I would also say the Xbox One and that rollout was a much bigger domino, and where the de-evolution of Microsoft and Xbox really started as far as their gaming front. I know, a little bit of a tangent, but I do think it's interesting to assess how we got to where we are at, where we're talking about Halo on PlayStation, because you think about it, it's so insane if you told me this 5-10 years ago, but now it's looking pretty realistic, and I would say sensible, all things considered. It's going to be very, very difficult to revitalize Microsoft and Xbox as a brand. I would say Xbox as a brand that now, you're looking at the move to multi-platform. So just a very interesting discussion to have and where all of this starts. Again, I think you look at 2010 with the rollout of Kinect, you could make an argument that that's where it started, or where I personally think it really got going is 2013. Man, oh man, that year should really be assessed by Microsoft, by the absolutely atrocious Xbox One rollout. Like, talk about destroying a brand, because after that, so many more dominoes just continued to fall, and really kind of put Xbox in a position where it's going to be incredibly difficult to recover. So, tangent over. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. It's going to be an interesting story to follow, and I'm excited for the Xbox Game Showcase. I kind of am every year, and then every year it's just like, oh, Fable cinematic trailer. We're not gonna get this game till 2027. But nevertheless, hopefully we see like gameplay of this new Fable game before I call it a life. But that'll do it for me. Your thoughts down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.